How we doing? Appreciate you guys coming out. In this, I don't know, so-called big storm that might not materialize, but it must be nice to be a weatherman. You can get it on and not get fired. You don't have to win every time like coach. So.
Can we quote you on that?
That's right. Well, yeah, because why not? You know, all that technology they have, how they ever miss, I don't know. But no, I respect that they do. Trust me. No, but today was another good day for us from a recruiting standpoint. We were able to add 5 outstanding student athletes, you know, into our family and program, and just really excited for them and for us that they chose to, you know, attend UConn. You know, the first young man that, you know, I want to talk about is Christian Haynes, a young man from Bowie High School down in Maryland, and just a really good kid, a really good athlete. He's a strong, powerful young man who's very versatile, and would have the opportunity to, you know, play probably just about any of the spots, you know, up front. So it's good that he has that versatility, and those are the things that we're, you know, that we're always looking for, you know, in the offensive lineman. And you know, really good family, good kid, just somebody that's already got, you know, the size to him, and now he just he'll just continue to grow and continue to get better. You know, the next young man, Dante Black, out of Brookwood High School. There outside of Atlanta, might not be a more productive player that we've recruited in the time that I've been here on both occasions. You take a look, I think something like 1,900 yards, you know, 50-some touchdowns, I think it was, and, you know, whatever. I mean, he's really done a tremendous job, and when you watch him play on film, you know, you see, you know, all those combinations that you like in a running back. You know, he's got really good vision. He's got ability to make people miss. He's got a really good burst. He's got a good jump cut. You know, to me, he possesses all the things that you want, you know, in a running back, and you know, also an outstanding student, you know, as well. And again, a young man who can, you know, catch the ball, you know, coming out of the backfield. So very pleased that, you know, we were able to, you know, get him as well. And then, you know, go to the secondary, and, you know, I think we've added some, you know, talent there. Jalon Farrell, young man from Killian High School, is a guy that's really a physical, tough, aggressive safety that also has the ability to be a return guy. So he adds a lot of value in special teams as well as on defense, and you know, just a, you know, really good kid. You know, a really good kid. He goes to another high school down there, but plays at Killian. And when you sit down and you talk with him, you know, he's a young man that's very grateful. Young man that you know, has a lot of confidence, runs track, as I said, and but no, just very happy to have him. And he's got that length that you like. You know, at 6'2", 180. You know, he's a guy that'll be able to put on some weight on that frame of his as well. And then Messiah Turner is a young man who comes from Tampa Catholic. You know, I had the opportunity to watch him play basketball, and you know, he's played on a very good basketball team there at Tampa Catholic as well, and a starter. And you know, that's why, you know, I like being able to get out and watch guys play other sports, or at least going and watching guys play live. Because I think you learn a lot, and I think you can find out some things. But this guy is a very smooth operator from the standpoint. He moves very, very graciously, fluent. He's a guy that really anticipates things, extremely well. You can tell that he's a leader, on the field. And just very, very impressed by his savvy and his knowledge to not only play the game of basketball, but then when you sit down and you talk to him about football, he grasps things very, very quickly. So again, he's a guy that could be, a corner or a safety type guy. I think he's also a guy that could be that guy that could play, there in the nickel, a lot like Reggie McClain, guys that we've had here before. But just very, very impressed with how he moves and how he conducts himself when he is on the court or when he is, playing, or, even just, when he's off the court. So I enjoyed, watching him. And then lastly, young man that I think has got, tremendous upside. And, he's already shown that he can do it on the field. But, this is the thing that sometimes people don't understand about recruiting. And one of the things that happens now more so, that everybody tries to get on these guys when they're sophomores or they're juniors, and there's a lot of growth and development that can really take place between like that junior and senior year. And guys, come on, they grow. Pierce Devon, he grew like 3 inches, put on like 35 pounds, over the summer. He was a young man who ended up transferring schools. He went from Frisco High School to Prestonwood Christian Academy. And so last spring, he wasn't a guy that played any spring ball. He didn't do spring ball at Frisco because he wasn't going to be part of them finishing the year. And then he didn't do spring ball with Prestonwood because he wasn't enrolled there. So, he just went and watched Prestonwood. So, a lot of people, probably didn't know about him. And down in Texas, there are quite a few players down there, but then also when the guy grows, 3 inches, puts on 35 pounds, it makes a difference. And, we were fortunate that, Corey ended up, going down there, was down there in that Texas area recruiting, and came across him. And then when you put the tape on, he is a guy that just has some natural ability that you don't teach. And when you watch him, and you watch the game film, and we don't watch highlight tapes, but when you watch his game tape and you see some of the things he do and the way that he can bend and dip, and he does it full speed and never stops. There's guys playing in the NFL that can't do that, And so when you see some of those qualities, and then you see how hard he plays on every down, and from the beginning of the game till the end of the game, very, very impressive. And then when you put on top of that, the kind of young man he is in terms of how he's been raised and how he conducts himself. I mean, to me, this was a steal in my opinion, and somebody that I just think is going to, continue to get better. I don't think he's, talking with his mom and dad, I don't think he's still done growing, and, his high school coach and, just everybody that you talk to, down there, he's an outstanding young man. So, we had a plan as we went into, the second signing, so to speak, and I thought we accomplished the things that we needed to accomplish there. And then when you add, these 5, outstanding young men and student athletes to the family, and you put together with the 19 that we signed, previously, I really feel good, that we addressed as many of the needs as we could. We weren't going to be able to take care of all the needs this year because of the numbers limitations that we had. But, you know, to have Noel here in the offensive line, who's here, you know, right now enrolled in school, Peter Rooney and Dylan Niederoski and Christian Haynes, I think we helped ourselves, you know, there on the offensive line with length, with speed, with athletic ability, and guys that, you know, can do a lot of different things. And then I think at running back with Kion, Gillespie, and Dante, we've added guys that have the ability to make plays and can, you know, make big plays and take the ball the distance and do all the things that we're going to ask them to do, you know, in the backfield. And then, you know, getting Steven at quarterback, you know, we feel really good about him. And, you know, him and Dante played against each other, I think, like 4 times. During the year, I think Dante had 5 touchdowns and a ton of yards, and then Steven got him the second time. But, you know, Steven we're really happy with and what he can do and come in here and be able to compete. And then, you know, the 2 wide receivers, Haran and Elijah, you know, if you take a look, they're tearing it up in track right now. And, you know, they possess the speed that, you know, we need and we were probably lacking at that position. So to have them, I think, you know, offensively, we helped ourselves, you know, with guys who have the ability to make plays. When you talk about quarterback, you talk about receivers, you talk about running backs, and then you have guys up front who are going to be guys who are mobile.